So what is true health? Is it taking a drug to stop pain? Is it just suppressing the symptoms? Of course not, because the standard definition of health is to be free from illness or injury physically and mentally. But in chiropractic care, we define health as a state of optimal holistic function, physical, mental, and social, rather than merely the absence of disease. And yet when our health problems can be eliminated, we've become obsessed with only getting rid of symptoms rather than restoring our bodies to their full capacity. So what I want to talk about with you is, how do you live at full capacity? How do you live with optimal health? And I think the first thing to understand is think about this. Ask yourself, is there something that you're settling with? Is there a condition that you've been medicating, something that you've been just living with? Maybe somebody told you that it's because of your genetics, or your mother and father, they had that condition and you're just going to have that condition. Maybe it's something because of your age. They said, well, you're this age, so you're just going to have to live with this condition. What I'm seeing often in our office is that patients are living with different organ issues unnecessarily. They don't know they can make a difference in that organ issue. They didn't know it could get better naturally. They just thought all they could do was take a medicine, control it with that medicine, and just hope for the best. And yet what I'm seeing is that patients have gotten better with condition after condition, symptom after symptom, dysfunction after dysfunction. So for example, pancreatitis, that's typically T9. Bladder issues, typically second or third lumbar. What about if it's croup in a child? That's typically C1. Ear infections, typically C1. Bedwetting, that's typically the sacrum, S2, maybe S3. What about ADD, ADHD? Well, we typically see C1. So there's patterns that we see in the nervous system that when those particular nerves are pinched in certain ways and what we call subluxated, then what we have is dysfunction happening. Well, what we're going to see is people are going to be better off without that subluxation than with it. So if you're dealing with some kind of dysfunction in your body, now's a great time to address it. Now's a great time to look at what's the underlying cause. Now, is the underlying cause going to be solely fixed with an adjustment? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's going to be some other issues. Just had a gal in yesterday that's dealing with neuropathy in her legs. And one of the things that we can understand with health or lack of health is often that there's inflammation involved with dis-ease. So if this person with neuropathy continues to eat stuff that's inflaming, could that affect this neuropathy? I would say it could. So we need to look at things that we can do through what we're eating, for example, that's affecting inflammation. Things that we're doing as far as lack of movement that's affecting how we're not helping our core strength, how we're not helping our body heal. So we need to move, we need to eat properly, we need to get the right adjustment, we need to get the right sleep. Recently, I stayed up too late. I was watching these videos and I thought I'd be fine in the morning. But then I woke up early, woke up at 6 a.m., fell asleep at 1, woke up at 6, and it took me a couple days to get over it. So is lack of sleep, is that a problem? It can be, because that's when you're going to heal. So all those different aspects of health are important when we look at optimal health. Now, in closing, what I want you to think about is a time of when chiropractic started. It's 1895. And in that time period, there wasn't much for healthcare. The people didn't have many options. There weren't a Walgreens pharmacy to get the super drug. There wasn't amazing surgeries. There wasn't even chiropractic until that year. So everything was pretty basic. In fact, it was so basic, I think we'd be surprised on how people looked. I think if we'd go back in time, we'd be amazed to see what their teeth looked like, what their limps looked like, all the different problems these people probably had at that time period. So those people started getting chiropractic care. And those original patients were not because of back pain, neck pain, headaches. That's not where chiropractic began. It was dealing with whatever those people had as problems. So what they found through chiropractic care is they would adjust certain spots, and that would help out certain organs. And they would call, for example, T6 was stomach place, and then they had a nerve for the liver place, and the one for the thyroid, and on, and they were able to see, hey, if we adjusted here, it helped that problem out. So by adjusting the bone, it helped the dysfunction. Now, over time, we've lost track of some of those old-time wisdom. And now we think about chiropractic care as solely back pain and neck pain and headaches. But how many people are still dealing with dysfunction? Now, what's happening now is we've got super drugs that can do amazing things to help people leave the house, go be productive members of society. But are they really healthy? Are they really at optimal health? And I would say they're not. They have a lack of symptom, or maybe just a decreased symptom. But what we want to do, and what I want you to think about, is how can you have optimal function? How can you have optimal expression of that life force that's within you? And I would say it starts with the proper adjustment of your spine. Well, even proper assessment and proper adjustment. The other thing is look at, what are you eating? How are you moving? How are you sleeping? Look at all those different aspects. But let's start with that proper assessment and proper adjustment of the spine today. It's been a great pleasure to talk with you. We look forward to sharing more information next week. If you have any ideas of topics you want to cover, leave that in the comment section below. We hope you have a great day.